collections, I mean, they're simpler and more refined. Is that of maturing of design, or is it for commercial reasons? Are you still the enfant terrible of the English fashion?
Well, I've never really considered myself to be the enfant terrible of English fashion. Yes, you're right. It is a refinement, an evolution of design. What I did in the early days, I mean, what I'm doing now and what I did then is still done very much with the same spirit. Obviously, it's much more refined as one learns. One learns how to pare down and become simpler, but still with dynamic clothes.
Or do you also want to make clothes which people actually want to buy and wear?
Yes, I want everyone to wear my clothes. It's a business too.
What about now?
Someone said that your clothes would fit equally in the dream sequence of a serial film or in an art gallery. And, well, I think they really have a fantasy feel to them, but they're also practical. How do you feel about that?
I would very much like to work on a film like that, yes. I mean, they're very special, the clothes. Some of them do have a slightly surreal quality to them and very dreamlike. It really depends on the look of the collection. Last spring-summer was very refined and ladylike, and we followed that up with the catalogue, which was very dreamlike, whereas this autumn-winter collection was slightly different. That was inspired by, excuse me, the early photographs of Brassai, ladies in Paris, walking down cobbled streets, etc.
The names of your collections and, of course, the names of your clothes are very inspiring, like Les Incroyables, The Fallen Angels, The Forgotten Innocents. How do you get inspired?
Well, different periods of history I find the most inspiring, and books, museums, libraries. That's really where I draw my inspiration from, which is where names like the Ludic Game and Fallen Angels and Les Incroyables come from. It's those things really that inspire me.
The collection you made when you left school, tell me something about that one.
Well, that was entitled Les Incroyables. That was really all based on the French Revolution. I spent many weeks in the V&A in London, looking at old fashion plates, etc., sort of really researching into just the way people behaved, as well as the clothes and the politics. And that inspired me to do that collection, which was the romance and the spirit of those wonderful people, which would be like the equivalent of tramps today on the street, but had incredible style. Brocade waistcoats and gauzy fabrics, see-through flimsy fabrics. So that's where that one came from, and I called it Les Incroyables, obviously. The tricolor, the red, white and blue, all this very exciting sort of...
Those guys were the punks of those days.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Your clothes sell all over the world, and do you interpret for a particular country, or does it have just global appeal?
It does have global appeal, but obviously for, like for the Italian markets, we send more colors. The German market, more woolen things and more tailored things. The London market, we give it everything. Yeah. And then again, it gets pared down for Paris, and then New York, it's pared down again. So each country obviously has different tastes, but we don't doctor the collection to their taste. We tend to we offer them the whole look, but just slightly, so it's more accessible to each country, if you know what I mean.
How would you like people to feel when they wear your clothes?
People usually feel beautiful, and that's how I like them to feel. Yeah.